Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So I was just talking to Glenn Red at NZ Mopar Outlaw Customs, and I'm messing around with this unibody today. And there's a panel on here that I'll show you guys. And like Glenn says, he's like, hey, same thing as what I was thinking. It's gonna be a bitch to try to fix the little spot when you know there's a bunch of rust behind it. So I'm gonna just cut the whole damn panel out. I'll hand form it, build the new panel, and I'll do that on video so you guys can watch or whatever. But it's gonna be a pain in the ass to cut out. But I think once it's done, the juice is worth the squeeze kind of thing, because it'll be a lot nicer. So I'll go ahead and flip the camera around and show you where I'm at. So I'm working on the Ford unibody, and you can see right here, there's a big rot spot right here. Well, I started to, this is the centerpiece right here is a nut, or a bolt, where I made like a slug to weld up these holes. And I started welding around it and just kept poking through. And finally I got frustrated and just blew out this whole side right here. So that means there's rust all behind here. All right here and here is gonna be rust. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this whole panel out like this, right below that jam nut that's here, or uni nut, whatever they're called. And you can see that body line there. I stuck my finger in here and you can feel where it's at. So I'll cut down below there somewhere, cut across, down, over, and I'll get this piece cut out. And then I'll start forming that piece. And there's a lot of compound curves and radiuses and just all kinds of crap in there. So it should be a fun piece to build. We'll see what happens. Well, I got you guys at a really weird angle on a goofy ass tripod, because I'm on my third tripod today and I'm about ready to break this piece of crap. Thing's getting on my nerves. So when we were in Ohio, Mill Creek Fab Shop, Joey Collins had a really nice tripod. I should have just stole the damn thing. Would have been nice. So what do you guys use for tripods? I'd really like to know. And Joey was saying he got his at Walmart, but I highly doubt that. That thing was way too nice. Man, this thing's a pile of crap. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to put a washer behind this or whatever. I'm always like rigging these damn tripods. Like this one, I broke this part off, so now I got a piece of metal here that I bent, put a couple holes in. But what happens is you put the weight of the phone on there and just wobbles all over the place. So I don't know what to do. What kind of tripod you guys use, and where do you get them? How much you pay for them? What's the ones you prefer? All that good stuff. I would love to know. I hate this thing. See, what happens is that little deal breaks every time, and then this gets all loose, and I'm screwed. I'm not really sure what to do from here. Maybe I'll epoxy it or something. It's not like I don't have the time to do that. I got nothing better to do than dick around with a damn pile of junk. Man, that thing is spinning in there. You prick. Ugh. So what to do, Any ideas? I'm not gonna bore you guys with this. I just figured I'd show you in the video what I was fighting with. And then as soon as I can get this damn thing fixed, I'm gonna try my new saw from John Sutter. I've been using the hell out of it, but I got some Blue Point blades the other day for the saw, and then I got some Harbor Freight Cowhawk brand blades, and I want to do kind of a comparison when I'm cutting that piece out on that truck. So we'll see what happens. All right, well, I hillbilly engineered some bracket on the back of here, so it's gonna be a little crooked, but we'll see what happens. Holy crap, this is bad. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. Well, sorry about crappy camera work. That's all I got right now, so. So John Sutter, really cool YouTube guy that follows us, sent us a bunch of air tools, and everything he sent us, we've been using the hell out of. And it was really nice that he did that. So, pull this guy out. Like I said, the camera's crooked, but nothing I can do about that right now. So I keep breaking these other blades, and so I'm gonna try this Cowhawk brand, and then I'll try this Snap-on Blue Point brand and see what they feel like, see if they work, see if they fall apart in half an hour like some of the other ones did. A lot of the blades I was putting in here are just snapping in half. So hopefully that doesn't happen in here. And this is Ingersoll Rand air saw from John Sutter. Thanks, John. But man, I love this thing. I got one from Harbor Freight, and literally right out of the package, the thing was giving me problems. He sent me this air saw, or Ingersoll Rand brand, and I've been using this thing like crazy. And I think we're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting that piece out. This is gonna get kind of loud on the camera too, so. Wear safety glasses, don't be a dumbass. That's what I was afraid of right there. You see all the rot and the rust behind that panel. So I'm glad I'm cutting this stuff out so that I can make a new piece right here. But you can see how fast and how easy that saw cuts. These are really nice. And I highly recommend the Ingersoll Rand brand. I wouldn't go with anything else unless it was a high quality tool, you know. Something. All rot, rust, crap. You can see the hole where I burned through because this is so, you can see how thin that panel is. It's really rusty. So now what I can do is I'll blow all this sandblasting sand out of there, get it vacuumed out, cleaned out, prepped, and I'll build this piece. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray some, I'll get this all clean as best I can inside here, and I'll spray some primer and stuff in there, and some rust inhibitor, and try to get rid of all that crap. So we'll go from there. And then obviously I'm gonna use the piece that I have, for a pattern to see how that shape is, or I'll mimic the other side. So the next thing I did right here is I got everything cleaned out real good, and I got some spots that I'll cut from the back side and weld in, but I got that all in primer. So it's protected, so it'll stop rusting. Well, you can't stop rust, but you know what I'm saying. And then the next thing I'm gonna do, I made a template real quick, something to bend around, and I'll just do a quick template on here, have to trim it, get it where I want it. And I will be using the Beverly shear to cut this.
We would want to know why we're so good with our, even though our tight little pants and playing with them. I don't understand why we are.
No comment.
You know, any type of mechanic, and that's how we do it.
Man, I like these pins. These are long nose pattern markers by Fast Cap. Focus. And it's got a marker on this side too. Sure pins. So I'll take this over to the Beverly shear and cut it out. All right, so I got everything marked out, got my measurements on here. The next thing I did is I put this in here in the metal brake, and I broke it right there in the center, and I forgot to film, so just kind of showing you guys what I was doing. And then I went over here and checked it out, and you can see what I'm doing there. That's that first bend right on that corner. And now that second bend's got to be broke up. So one is going this way, and one is going this way. So the next one, I'll have to put it in there and bend this up here, and we'll get that as close as we can. And I'm using the, because I know somebody's gonna ask, this is the Harbor Freight. It's a finger brake, slip roller, all kinds of goodies. It's actually a nice little tool. If you guys are expecting to use this on real thick metal, forget it. It's an okay machine for sheet metal, like stuff I do. But as far as the thicker stuff, it's not gonna happen. But I'm not complaining, you know, I got it for dirt cheap on clearance, and you know, it works great. You over there blow drying your hair or what? You what? Oh, that rubber tape?
Yeah, the centerpiece.
Yeah. So right here, all I'm doing is I'm bringing this down till I see it where I want it to be on that line. And then obviously you have this handle here in my right hand, and you know, simple machine to use. Push down. And I'm using pretty thick metal. I'm using a 18 gauge. It's not thick, but you know what I'm saying? Thick enough to make it work. And there's the shape I need right there. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a deburring tool on here because I almost cut myself right there. It's pretty sharp. So the deburring tool, super handy. If you're a fabricator, these are awesome. This is like a given. You must have one. All right, so I have the shape that I need right here. And then the next thing I need to do is put a bend in this, and that's where the problems come in when you're doing fabrication on stuff. Let me get this damn camera up so you can see. Crappy camera work, sorry about that. So, man, this thing. My camera's all jacked up right here, sorry about that. So the next thing that has to happen, I accidentally shut the camera off and screwed that all up. I gotta get a new tripod. But anyways, enough of the tripod crap. I got the bends here that I need. The next thing that has to happen is this whole panel has to go like this and bend. But the problem is this right here, you're not gonna get that bend in there. So I'm gonna have to do some shrinking and finagling and try to get this panel the way I want it. So I will probably go over to the shrinker and shrink this edge. And you could also do that with a hammer. You don't have to have a shrinker to do that. And then if you get hammer marks in it, you can throw it with a planishing hammer. If you don't have a planishing hammer, you can do that with hammer and dolly. So let's get over to the shrinker and see what we can do. So I'm here on the English wheel, and I have my shrinker over here on this side and stretcher over here. And I started thinking about it when I was walking over here. I need to stretch this to make it go like this. That's the shape that I need. Shrink would be the other way. So I'm gonna run this in the shrinker. And what happens is it starts bending right here. So it's actually shrinking this side, but it's not bending this side. And I'll show you how to fix that. So what happens if you're shrinking this side and you have this straight side here that has your different angles, it will not shrink. So you have to flip the panel around and shrink that edge right there. I don't want to go too much because I gotta go and test fit it. To make sure that that is not too much. You see how much it's already moved that panel. So if you have something with a flange on it, that's how you're gonna have to do it, is shrink it on one side and then shrink it on the other. And then I'll have to straighten this out with a hammer, clean it up. Let's go test fit and see what happens. Doing metalwork shapes, complex shapes with, flanges that are curved and all that stuff, people get freaked out about it. They think it's like snake oil or something. But if you take your time, just take your time on it and do it right, it'll work out great. This one right here, you can see I'm just starting to get that shape in there, and it's real rough right now. But it's getting there. And then I have some trimming right there to do so that this will slide over and drop in. And I think I'm gonna go a little bit more so that that flange comes down and meets this, where it'll be butt welded right here. And then actually butt welded right here at the top. But this flange here, you can see it's starting to get kind of distorted with the hammering and running in the shrinker stretcher. So what I'll do is I'll kind of clean that up a little bit too, but I'll keep hammering on this thing. I'll see where I can get it. And all you gotta do is just keep planishing with a hammer until you get that shape. And you can see it straighten this out. Now it's very close to what it needs to be in the truck. So I got a shape checker right here, and what I'm doing right now is following that shape. It's not too bad, huh?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's getting there. And then that's the shape I'm going for right there, trying to get that edge, because if I can get that to match, then everything else will weld together nice. So I got a little bit, I got to round that edge just a little bit, and then I'll just keep working on it.